Hello! Quite loud here, isn't it? Today I'll be explaining how important hearing protection is. In environments like these, where there is so much noise, it is particularly crucial to know how we can provide our hearing with reliable protection. Ah, the silence. Relaxing, isn't it? This demonstrates how important our sense of hearing is for us humans. As well as serving as a fundamental prerequisite for our own speech development, it transports emotional information, thus helping us to relax, laugh, and feel. It also helps us with our sense of direction and contributes to protecting ourselves reliably against danger. In short, our sense of hearing definitely deserves to be protected. Try to imagine how your everyday life would change if your sense of hearing were impaired, or in the worst case scenario, if you lost it completely. Our ear is a highly sensitive and delicate organ. But how does it work? Sound waves are funneled through the auditory canal to the eardrum, which transfers the vibrations to the ossicles. These tiny bones transfer the sound waves to the cochlea. The cochlea contains fine hair cells that convert a wave into nerve impulses for the brain. Once the nerve impulses arrive at the brain, they are interpreted into meaningful sound. If these fine hair cells are continuously overloaded, they can fold over and no longer stand up straight by themselves. They die. This causes severe, irreversible loss of hearing, which is permanent. Even a hearing aid can't help with this type of damage. Continuous noise stress isn't just damaging for our hearing, but actually affects our entire body. As well as leading to tinnitus and loss of hearing, it can cause headaches, increased risk of heart attack and high blood pressure, metabolic problems due to increased release of adrenaline, reduced circulation, and even digestion problems. That's why it's so important to protect oneself and one's hearing against this overloading, especially in environments like these where it's so loud. But at what point does loud actually become too loud? The vibrations that are created by a noise distribute themselves in the air as pressure waves. In principle, the more powerful the pressure waves, the louder the noise. These can be measured and are expressed in decibel, abbreviated as dB. The exposure range starts at approximately 70 decibels. This corresponds to normal road traffic, for example. Continuous exposure to this noise level can already trigger the first negative effects, e.g., irritation. On the motorway, the noise level already reaches around 80 decibels. A chainsaw with around 100 decibels already reaches the upper stimulation range. Any noise level above this already falls into the damage range and painful range. If, for example, you are close to an aircraft engine with around 140 decibels, this will cause physical pain and irreversible damage to your hearing. If the average daily noise level is below 80 decibels, or noise pulses, which are very short, intense instances of noise, are below 135 decibels, legislation does not stipulate the obligatory wearing of hearing protection. But it isn't just short, very loud noise that can damage our hearing. Persistent, quieter noise can also be equally damaging for our hearing. If the average daily noise level reaches between 80 and 85 decibels, or noise pulses are between 135 and 137 decibels, the employer must provide a form of hearing protection. However, wearing it is not yet compulsory. Nevertheless, it is highly advisable to wear the provided hearing protection in this case as well. The provision and wearing of hearing protection only becomes obligatory once the average daily noise level is above 85 decibels, or noise pulses exceed 137 decibels. Now we know at what point noise becomes dangerous for our hearing. But how do we protect ourselves properly? The type of hearing protection is selected based on the average sounding noise level. This so-called SNR value specifies by how many decibel the noise level can be reduced on average. For example, imagine you have an average noise level of 100 decibels. Theoretically, if you use ear defenders with an SNR value of 31 decibels, you can reduce the sound pressure down to 69 decibels. Depending on the type of hearing protection used, for safety reasons, a correction value must also be included. In this case, plus 5 decibels. This value is added back to the remaining sound pressure, so in this case, the residual noise level is 74 decibels. Just right. This is because the residual noise level should always be in the target range of 70 to 80 decibels, so as to avoid overprotection. Otherwise, it can lead to comprehension problems and feelings of isolation. It can also prevent important noises at work, such as vibration noises during milling, and even warning signals from being perceived any longer. As a general rule, hearing protection should be worn permanently to ensure protection. Even very short periods during which hearing protection is not worn lead to complete loss of the protective effect. Even if it is only 10% of the time in the noisy environment you don't wear the hearing protection, you'll have practically no protection any longer. You must observe the manufacturer's specifications and read the operating instructions for all hearing protection products. But what types of hearing protection are actually available? The first type is disposable earplugs. They are particularly suitable for use in moist or warm environments and provide good attenuation values even in the case of low frequencies. To use them, roll the entire earplug together as small as possible, but avoid rolling creases into it. Make sure your hands are clean. Then reach over your head with your free hand and pull the ear upwards and backwards. This straightens the auditory canal and makes it easier to push the earplug deep inside. Hold the earplug firmly for approximately 30 to 40 seconds until it has fully expanded within the auditory canal. The earplug is seated correctly in the ear if nothing is visible when viewed from the front. When removing the earplug, pull it slowly out of the auditory canal with a slight twisting action, and then dispose of it correctly. Disposable earplugs have no perceptible weight, or only a very low weight. They can be combined with other protective equipment. They don't cause heat buildup, and they are easily available from dispenser systems. On the other hand, incorrect insertion of the earplugs reduces the attenuation performance. A pressure sensation may arise if they are worn for long periods, and due to the time-consuming inserting process, they are less suitable for frequently fluctuating noise conditions. Another type is reusable earplugs. These are also inserted into the auditory canal, but thanks to their washable surface, they can be reused without losing their original shape. Furthermore, when leaving a noisy area, they can be taken out and put away in a handy storage box. To insert them, use one hand to grip the earplug by the stalk. With the other hand, pull the ear upwards and backwards whilst inserting the earplug into the auditory canal. Pulling the ear up and down whilst inserting the earplug can help to increase the protective effect, as this enables the earplug to go further into the auditory canal. An alternative to using earplugs that you insert into the auditory canal is to use banded earplugs. In this case, the earplug is not seated inside the auditory canal, but closes it off from the outside. As a result, they feel more comfortable to wear. There is also no heat buildup. That's why they are particularly suitable for working environments with high temperatures. They are especially quick and easy to use. Grip the band under the chin with both hands and place the earplugs against the auditory canal. Pulling the ears up and down whilst positioning the earplugs increases the attenuation performance. To check the seating, press both earplugs slightly inwards when you are in a noisy environment. If the earplugs are seated correctly, you shouldn't be able to hear much difference. The earplugs can be replaced, meaning you can reuse the band. To do so, simply pull the dirty earplug off the band and put on the new earplug by twisting slightly. However, positioning them incorrectly might reduce the low attenuation performance even further. There could also be annoying noise transmission due to rubbing against protective workwear. Ear defenders are particularly suitable for use in dirty environments and in environments where the noise level is continually changing. The capsule envelopes the entire ear, and the headband provides a stable and comfortable seating. As nothing is inserted into the auditory canal, they are particularly suitable for persons whose auditory canals are very narrow and sensitive to pressure. They are available in different variants with either a headband or neckband, and can also be fitted on work helmets, which makes them very flexible. In order to obtain optimum protection, the correct use of ear defenders is of critical importance. The ear defenders offer high attenuation performance and are easy to use. There is no pressure sensation in the ear, and it is easy to check if they are being worn. However, sweating under the capsules is a possibility, and they are less comfortable to wear due to their heavier weight. Place the capsules over your ears. To alter the position of the capsules, you can adjust the side arms by sliding the capsules up and down. Make sure that no hair or arms of glasses lie between the ear and the hearing protection, so as to avoid leakage. The ears have to be completely covered and must no longer be visible. To maintain the protective effect, the ear defenders have to be cleaned regularly, and the capsule pads must be checked for signs of fatigue, cracks, hardening and other flaws, and replaced if necessary. So you see, hearing protection is an extremely important matter. Why not see for yourself and try out the various types of hearing protection now? If you have any further questions, your on-site instructor and indeed your Hoffman Specialist Advisor are of course available for you at any time. We are all ears.